It is January 30th, 2020, and I'm looking at Donald Trump. I'm looking at his body, mind, and spirit, not out of necessarily wanting to, but feeling like that's what the audience probably needs. Um, my opinion is, and again, I have remodeling going on, and I'm sorry about any background noise. Is that I'm just waiting. I'm letting the system do what it has to do, play out its hand. And right now, I am not paying attention to him other than Twitter basics, just to touch him and see what he's doing. And I know that he and the Republicans are not right now doing their dance and song, so no point in aggravating myself too much. Um, he's feeling, I think, bolstered by this. But what crosses him is money issues. Any issue to do with finances, investments, um, what he's done with his own or government uh, is going to be a bit of a problem for him. Based on the Page of Cups, we're shown a very childish person in that Page of Cups. The universe looks at him as like a child, also, not just us and the rest of the world, but the universe looks at him as a child, not a man. And this is on the world's, stage. That's what crowns him. And I think he thinks he's going to succeed. I think he's feeling very optimistic for some reason right now. There is something to do with, and I don't know, there could have been something that's just come through that works in his favor toward somewhere where his money, I don't know, or what he's done with money. But I feel like he's going to have a really difficult time keeping his temper under control into the near future, keeping himself from either going total braggart stupid, which, like, when has he not ever been that way? This is why I don't like to read on Trump, because it's predictable. He thinks he is catching up. He thinks he is, building up some real uh, stable work here. He feels like something that he's involved in is producing results. And it's the people in his environment that are in agreement with him, have bonds with him, are total peas in a pod with him. Let's see. He wants to be independent, have his wealth, and, command of his own life. But what he's going to get is the 10 of Wands. And that is burden. That is, he's going to feel the burden of all this stuff. Right now, he's feeling pretty good. He's feeling pretty strong, pretty vigor, renewed. But he's childish. He doesn't know how to be an adult about this. And so these efforts that might be helping him currently, I think, and the people that are helping him right now, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. He's still going to have the weight of the world on his shoulders at the end of the day because of what he's done. Now let's pull clarifiers. Oh, King of Swords. Well, that's Putin. usually, or it can be actually Donald. I'm going to move some of these. Let's see, too many cards. All right, and there is the Hanged Man. So I feel like there's some hang up or delay regarding Putin. Maybe the sanctions that he wants lifted. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's pretty much given him just about everything he wants. But this is a sacrifice. Putin wants more. Maybe he wants Donald now to be the sacrifice. You know, fall on your sword, Donald. Not a joke. There's some kind of celebration over someone else's loss. Celebration over him losing something. You know, that could only be the world. But I feel like Putin might make the final, you know, sacrifice request of him now fall on the sword and cover this all up. I don't know you. And Trump's left holding the weight of all the and responsibility. He's alone. You know, he's stuck. Because even that dude's he's going to feel the screws come down on the end. And I think Vladimir Putin will just let him and expect him to go like a sacrificial lamb. Oh, God. Deluded to the end. You know, I think that there could be mental health disease there going on. Like, no kidding. But I see him having greater problems with delusion. The more the pressure he's left with, and especially if he doesn't feel like Putin's supporting him anymore, or that he's not getting the help that he promised, that it's being put off, he's just going to kind of implode, which is what I've always thought mentally and in a kind of just nonsensical fashion. And I think he's going to be out because he's not physically well. You know, there's a decision about his physical and mental health well-being. And I think this will piss him off. He will tweet out more. This is his electronic communication for me many times, and this is usually his kind of tweets. You know, very sour. He's a sour winner and a sour loser. He's just sour, you know. Likes to rub people's face in it. And I just think he's going to continue to make an ass out of himself, you know. So I'm going to let you go on this because I'm getting a phone call.